Hi, good afternoon. My name still remains Biodo DTM, the anchor of Catfish Solution Plays an Academy, where we give in-depth informations to prospective and existing catfish farmers. We guide, we mentor, we make sure that you follow the right tracks on catfish farming. Today is the 12th day of September 2021, and today I'm making the first seeds supplied to Mr. Fortune Farm. If you have been following my videos on YouTube here, you will see that we were calling to mentor Mr. Fortune, which we saw on our page on the YouTube, and he consulted us to supply that he needed to start his catfish farming in his front yard. So we visited the farm, and we have to look at the space that is suitable to start up this kind of a business, at least to start up something to guide him, to make him understand how profiting catfish business is. So starting up, we mark the space that you see where we mounted the tarpaulin pond. So the place was very slopey, but we call up a bricklayer. We mentored him to guide on how to make sure that the base is controlled, and the piping to the outlet was done. This was supervised for, and everything has been perfected. So the next step we did, as you can see in the video too as well, but if you had not been watching most of our videos here on Catfish Solution Academy, make sure that as you are watching this video now, scroll down, press on the icon Catfish Solution that you see, press on it, and you will see most of our videos. We have well over 600 going to 700 videos on our YouTube page, which is very, very educative and informative for each and everyone who really are interested in starting something in catfish farming, and at least growing growing the business in a gradual process. But let me just cite it out for you. If you want to really start a catfish business and you have that money, what I mean by that money is that you have cash. It's not advisable to start small, as many people are saying. I will advise you start big, because that is where the money comes from. Catfish business is highly lucrative and it involves money. The more you invest in, the more you get your profit. I was running a lecture on my Facebook channel, telling them how to complement your catfish business with other businesses in line with catfish farming, which you can use that in order to get more money. That means a way of you reducing your input so that you can increase your output, which we all aim for in any business at all. So with this, the lecture is going on. So if you have not joined my free WhatsApp group, make sure that you indicate so that I can add you up, so that you can as well enjoy one or two lectures we do on Catfish Solution Academy free WhatsApp group. So if you are starting a catfish business, make sure that if you have that fund with you, make sure that you start big. And like, maybe you can't like person that started, a farmer that started with just 1,000, you can't compare yourself with a farmer that started with 1,000 to a farmer that started with 10,000. So getting more stocks and feeding them more make you get more money in catfish farming. All this you can get since you have a guide, a mentor that can guide you through the success of catfish farming. So by the time we looked at the farm, we stationed that place as where we mount our pond. So we suggested the best option is to get a tarpaulin pond. Why are we getting a tarpaulin pond? I said it earlier on my video, importance of a tarpaulin pond. Why we are doing that is that in case you want to move to any location in that axis, you can as well take the tarpaulin pond to anywhere. You can move it to anywhere. And two, since it's collapsible, it can be moved. It's easy to maintain and to watch. Since we are using a very good leather tarpaulin pond, it is very, very good to guide him through on how to do the maintenance himself. It is durable. It is a years guaranteed tarpaulin pond we did. You can see it's very, very neat, and we have already worked on it. We have already sanitized and fertilized the pond earlier before we do the stocking. We does that for over 2 weeks. So all that you get free of charge from us by the time you consulted us to mentor or to guide you on your farm business. So today we are bringing the fourth seed to start the business. So Mr. Fortune is starting the business now. Is when you put your seeds in your farm that you just started the business. So now you just started the business. So congratulations to Mr. Fortune for doing that. So, and three, I was giving you a lecture on complementary business you can start aside your catfish farming. That means I've already gave out 2 points, but today I'll be giving you my third point. So from this farm, we brought in the first food too that the fishes will eat for a month plus. The fishes are going to eat this food for 6 good weeks, which we are going to tell him on how to do that. But if you are not careful, if you don't know how to do it, you may use the feed for just 2 weeks, because he's going through a mentor that will guide him through. We are telling him how to use the feed for 6 months so that he can from there start reducing his input to increase the output. So we brought in 1 bag for him to start feeding with, which you will see in this video, and we have already given most analysis, the feeding efficiency, the feeding frequency, and how to control his feed FCR, how to do the weighing, which to know if the fishes are doing well or not at a particular stage. All these will be given to him to guide him. And if you have not getting any of my ebooks and e-video on catfish solution, catfish farming and financial management, make sure that you do that now. Get a copy of my book, The Secret of a Successful Catfish Business, which will guide you through on how to be successful in catfish business. All these I just talked about is inclusive in the book. Again, we have a book called The Catfish Feeding Chart. This will take you through on how to feed your fishes on an FCR of 1:1 for 6 good months. All the cost analysis are involved. And if you want to start a catfish farming, maybe you don't have a farm, that means a processed catfish farming, that means smoked catfish farming. You don't have a farm, you don't need to have a farm, or you don't need to have a smoking king. Get my book on how to set up a successful smoked catfish business, which will guide you through on how to do this without you having a farm or having a smoking king. So we have well over 12 books and videos on catfish farming. So one of the business I'll be talking about today, the complementary business I'll be talking about today, is your feed retailing. As I said earlier on, feed retailing is when you started having a franchising with a branded feed seller, or you are retailing feed for a feed mill and sell to customers as well. So what the advantage of this is that by the time maybe you want to use, you don't need to have that whole amount of money to start up with. You don't need to even start it as a business. You have to start everything you are starting as a pleasure, as a passion first. So that means you have to be calculative, as I told you about catfish farming. If you want to stock 1,000 pieces of fishes, you need to inquire from the experts to know how many kg of feed that you use in feeding like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 and 5,000 pieces of fishes you want to stock. And by the time you are thinking of stocking this kind of fishes, maybe you are stocking 10,000 pieces of fishes, you need to inquire about the kg that we use in totality of feeding the 10,000 pieces of fishes. It is very, very key and very, very important. That is where many people are going wrong about catfish farming. So by the time you get this right, make sure that your money for getting that feed is on ground before you stock that your fishes. Because if you are still expecting money from a friend or from families, from bank, by the end of the day, and you couldn't get the money, it will automatically run you at a loss. That is where sometimes you see some people, they say they stock 5,000 pieces of fishes and they already feed their fishes with 3 tons. That means 300 kg of fishes, and they sell their fishes and it's not growing. Your fishes will never grow because you didn't feed them well. So maybe because you lack finances, that is why such things happen. So what I mean by that is that maybe, for example, you have 1,000 pieces of fishes and you are feeding for just 4 months. If you are feeding for 6 months, that means you should be feeding them with not less than 2 tons. That means 2,000 kg of feed. So with 2,000 kg of feed, you can start up a franchising business. Make sure that you get all that feed in a place, find a shop, put it in a shop, started retailing it to people. By that time, you are even using it to feed your fishes, but you are just starting off with. So with this, you started getting your contacts, your connections. By the time you will feed your fishes with 1 bag and you sell for like 15 bags, you will notice that the one you use on feeding your fishes, you will gain it back as a profit. And with that, you started receiving credit from a distributor. People comes to you for loan then, because they know they know that what you are doing, you are selling a trading. That means you are selling what generates money on a daily basis. You started having contact and trust from people. With that, you can start growing your business gradually. So indulging yourself in franchising and retailing business is another great opportunity as a farmer to start up a complementary business for catfish. So I just mentioned this now, so tomorrow I will be moving on to the point 4. So but before you go on this video, make sure that you subscribe to this video, press on the notification button, make sure that you like, make sure that you go scroll down or press on the icon on this WhatsApp, on this YouTube page, so that you can watch most of our videos we have on this channel. They are educative videos for farmers. Thank you very much. My name is still Biodun Utola DTM, the anchor of Catfish Solution Place. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, make sure that you do that now. My next video will be out tomorrow. Make sure that you watch my next video, and I will be taking you through the point 3 of my lecture on complementary business aside from catfish business. And once again, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube page